Hey man, I think we bringing everything to a close for this week. It'll probably be the last one that I put out. So I'm really hoping that everybody else week goes by pretty good, and hope that by the time this video comes out, that I've had a great week, because that's always what we're shooting for. So the How a Mother is Balancing Life in the Pursuit of Dreams, an interview with actress Breyonna M. Thomas by Ajay Tambe. Spotify will be in the link bio below, and literally is No Pressure Show episode 154 with Peace. That is on YouTube as well for you guys to indulge in. Leave a comment, share, do all of those great things. I have talked about a plethora of stories that'll be put out, and we can discourse on this week. But let's talk about they should have never gave nothing. Profits over people. Uber sued after driver, a mom of 4, was shot in her while begging for her life. This came out on the 11th, 9/11. Once again, rest in peace. Everybody lost their life. This story is by Matt Naham. So I don't know if many people remember this story, but it came out last year. This dude got in an Uber driver car, and ended up robbing her and taking her life. Got a vehicle, left her face down. Christina, let's put respect on her name, Christinaspicuzza, who was 38, was allegedly, I'm sorry, y'all, allegedly M-worded by Calvincrew, 24, late on February 10th or early on February 11th, and left the driver face down wearing a COVID mask in a wooded area in Pennsylvania. The suspect called his girlfriend and asked her to call an Uber ride for him using her Apple Pay account, said authorities from the police department. They be having everything. They be having everything. When the case come out, they get them text messages, them towers give up that information. They get it all. The ride began around 9/11 on the 10th. She was found the following morning at noon. It was on a Saturday. According to a affidavit attached as an exhibit to the lawsuit, Calvincrew and his girlfriend text back and forth. Whatever you're doing tonight, be careful. Mullen, his girlfriend, allegedly texted him. Around 45 minutes later, Crew replied, trying to send Bev a dub so I can grab some gas. It's unclear if he meant gasoline. A dub is slang term for $20 worth of marijuana, and a term gas is also associated with cannabis, aka good ass shit. That is crazy that they put that in there. Y'all got to see this writer face. 2 minutes later, Crew and Mullen spoke briefly on the phone. Short time after, he allegedly sent Crew a text. Mullen sent Crew a text saying Cash App is on some weird ish. I'ma try again in a little and restart my phone. I'm sending it, but it's not complete. Okay, all right. The next day, she texts Crew, I'm not going to jail if we get caught. Why say if we get caught? Dude, what? And you saying this over a text? You just put yourself in it. They're going to pull up that we. You said, you better, you going to jail if you get caught. Or she should have said, I hope you know you going to jail if you get caught. But say, I'm not going to jail if we get caught. What are you talking about? We. Crew, who authorities said was previously he was involved. I guess they tried to get him for a robbery he committed when he was 14. We won't go past that. We're going to go to that. Video was confirmed on Uber. He could be heard saying drop off to N.y.a just before the suspect pulled a gun on Spicuzza, held it to the back of her head, and demanded that she keep driving. Man, when I was doing Uber, I stopped taking people a long time ago, especially when it was dark. Man, like I said, if they don't change the system up, so it's like so many people can just get in the car and don't have to be called for them. They have to put in like some China over there in China level technology. Like, yo, you're not the person. I got to run a little such and such on you instantly before you get up in my whip. It had that. I think that may be the only way to solve. You got to close off the way that people can just get in and call it for other people, even though so many people use that for the good. What's going to be like the repercussions or extra steps that Uber can take to make sure that nothing like this happens again? And that, like they say in the lawsuit, Uber had proper background checks on passengers the same way that they run them on the drivers. Her family wouldn't have to deal with her death right now. And they said the plaintiff alleged that Uber's failure, they failed in at least three ways. So it says, number one, to screen out Mr. Crew or verify his identity before entering her vehicle. Number 2, to provide any relevant information about his criminal history, which would have allowed her to make a decision that could have saved her life. And number 3, to provide her with basic fact features. Uber match Miss Spicuzza with a criminal who then held her at gunpoint, forced her to beg for her life, robbed her when she was really out. Y'all know that deep, and that's tough, dog. Because a lot of people be trying to get out there. I see a lot of people. If when I'm not working or doing it on a delivery side, it's still people that you see out there every day that's doing Ubering. You can tell that they're doing that and they hopping on to do something else, so they can do it, go pick the kids up, all that. So just to know that this lady was out there just on some normal during COVID times already, around with a mask in your own car, and then you turn around and you pick this dude up and he ended up taking your life after you begged, say, yo, please just take the gun from my head. You know how like kind of humble and like really you want your life when you just like, yo, just take the gun away from my head. Like, you don't have to take my life like this. So I hope that she get the money that her family gets the money that they're looking for what happened to her from Uber. I know the lawyers, they're going to have top-notch lawyers that are going to argue this, say, well, X, Y, Z, and well, the young lady should really be the one in here because she the one who we should be suing them because she the one who had the phone, called it for them. Let's sue her. But everybody know that's not the person to go after in this situation because they don't have the money. You have to go after the big dog, as many of y'all know. You have to go after the big dog. So let me know your thoughts on this story. And do you think that the family will get some type of payout from Uber? Like I'm saying, even if it's a smaller one, but any type of settlement or payment, or do you think that the case get tossed out against them when it comes to who should be responsible and they'll try and pin it on the girlfriend? Let me know your thoughts on the story. It's the N.y.a show, and I'll see you next time.